Ludicrous feed is proudly sponsored by Carloop Data and Koba Car Insurance. Hey everyone, today I received software update 1.1, otherwise more commonly known as 2401 here for my BYD Seal Premium here in Sydney, Australia. So in this video I'm going to go through the process of receiving a software update, and then I'll go through what this update exactly entailed, and then I'll go through the features one by one, and then we'll go for a drive as well tomorrow morning to particularly document the ADAS, otherwise known as Advanced Driver Assistance Systems, which has been quite problematic here for the BYD Seal. So apparently that's been improved, but of course we'll test it out later on in this video when I go for a drive. But first, this is how the software update happened today. Okay, so how did I know I had a software update coming? Well, the thing is, I've been following on social media. People have been receiving this software update initially through the service centres here in Australia when they've been receiving their 3-month service for the BYD Seal. And BYD Australia has been updating certain cars manually, I guess just to test a small batch of this update to make sure it's working well before rolling it out fleet-wide basically today. I've been basically checking the software update each day, and I'll go through in the infotainment screen how to do that. But again, today I saw some notifications on Facebook from certain groups that the update had arrived, so naturally I went to check, and of course I received this note when I checked the update. It said downloading upgrade package for free, please wait. And then the next thing I knew, it said vehicle version can be upgraded to 1.1 for free. For free is good. Some people have been questioning when I posted this, will it be free forever from BYD? I hope so. Hopefully this is just a reminder that it is free indeed for us for now. So during the upgrade process, the vehicle will not be able to drive except for unlocking, locking, interior lamps, double flashing lamps, and window rising and lowering functions. Other vehicle functions will be temporarily disabled. Before upgrading, please ensure the gear has been shifted to P. The remaining power is greater than 20%. And the hood is closed. Note, it is normal for the dashboard and pad to turn off the screen during the upgrade process, which it did. This upgrade is estimated to take 72 minutes. You can click here to view the upgrade instructions. You can upgrade now, postpone it, or cancel it. Now, how long did this actually take? Well, I don't know for sure because I set it to upgrade now. I walked away and did something else for 2 hours, and I think I checked the app 2 hours later and it was all finished. Then I went back to the car and checked it all out. Okay, so then the upgrade instructions basically showed all the new features, which I'll go through next in this video. But basically there were some new features added to the car, and also some of the features were also optimized as well, which I'll go through in a second. And then when you start to upgrade the software, it says during the upgrade process, the vehicle will not be able to drive. Please confirm whether to continue the upgrade, yes or no. Naturally, yes. Upgrade will start soon, 25 seconds. Vehicle will be unavailable during the upgrade. I pressed upgrade now. And then the white screen from BYD, getting ready to upgrade. And then system updating, it'll show you the percentage progress bar. So yeah, all pretty straightforward actually. So I think, yeah, BYD's done a good job to outline particularly what features you get, because I have done this update before in the Atto 3 and there were no details at all as to what the upgrade entailed. So good to see BYD listening to customer feedback and giving us some information on what exactly this upgrade has for us Seal owners. Okay, so basically once it updated, when you start your car again, you've got to click agree to all the agreement screens and disclaimers and all that. Then you're good to go. Let's go through what exactly this update had for version 1.1, otherwise known as 2401. Okay, so this is how you check for a software update. Vehicle settings, you go to software, and then vehicle version, you press update. Okay, and then that's how you check for a software update. Okay, so let's confirm what software I have first up. So go to software, and then you go to software detail, and there it is, confirming it is 2401. That's the system version I'm currently running with this software update. Okay, so first thing is that there's now a user manual, which you can now push quite quickly, and you can see the manual is now very easily available for you to check out. With that, you can increase the graphic size like that, or make it smaller. And there's an index as well. You can push on, let's say, I want to push on that, and then you can push on this. It'll go through each part of the car, which is very nice. I like this actually. and the interior as well. So let's push that, and you can push different parts, and there's different screens as well. So that's actually quite a handy feature to have in case you don't know what this is called. For example, a charge port, and you can push on it and it gives you information straight away, which is very handy. So USB charge port, there it is, information about that. So that's really good, that's quite handy. Handy information there from the manual app. Next thing is the App Store, which is called BYD Store. And at present, there are only 3 apps available to download. The first one is Amazon Music Prime. I've got an account with them, so I'll show you what it looks like in a second. Browser, web browser, pretty straightforward. And then this Karaoke app, which is quite handy if you have a karaoke mic, which you can purchase as well. So I don't have a karaoke mic today, so I won't be singing for you, but I'll show you what the app looks like. So really quickly, where is it? The Amazon Prime or Amazon Music app looks like this. So of course, if you're listening to this on the road, then it'll count towards your usage data for the month. But this is quite good if you've got an Amazon account as an alternative to Spotify. Browser's quite straightforward as well. So that's my website, shameless plug. Okay, so if I go to speaking engagements here, there you go, loads up pretty quickly, and all the stuff I've done in the past. And there are tabs as well up here, so that's quite handy if you've got multiple browsers. For example, I want to open another screen, just like a regular browser, which is pretty handy. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you is daytime running lights. So now you can actually go to vehicle settings, and say you're parked on the side of the road, you want to sit in the car with the aircon on, but you don't want people to know that you're in there, or at least you want a bit more privacy, or whatever reason, maybe you're camping somewhere, you want to use the V2L or have the power on in the car, you can turn the daytime running lights off like that, on and off. So that, I think that's been a feature that people have wanted, so it's good to have that feedback from users to BYD. Thank you very much for having that option for us. New system languages. So language, got a few more options now. I think added ones were Korean, Hindi, and Hungarian. So that's good to have these options. Hungarian's there, I can see. Hindi and Korean. So confirming that is all there. Fantastic. There is added open source statement, okay, and also added app registration for vehicle scanning steps as well. Okay, so in the list of optimized features, we've got optimization of ADAS function, making the driving experience more smooth. So you can't actually keep this off permanently yet. So that still does come back on, this emergency lane keeping assist, and also the traffic sign recognition as well. That does stay on, unfortunately, but I've heard that the experience is much better. So we'll go for a drive tomorrow, like I said, just to confirm that. Now, in the Shortcuts tab, I saw this today. I don't know whether this was here last time, but you can quickly turn traffic sign recognition off if you don't want that on. So if I just flick that off, that switches off there. So I actually like having the traffic sign recognition on. I just don't like having the voice prompt telling me I'm going too fast, or even a little bit faster, which is quite annoying. So I will keep that on, and we'll see whether the beeps and boops is better, and whether it's smoother as well with the lane keeping assist. So stay tuned for later on in the video. The AVAS sound, or the low pedestrian warning sound, is also much better. So let me just show you what I mean by that. So let's go to vehicle settings. Let's go to notification. I'll just turn the AC off for 1 second so that you can hear this properly. So let's turn that off. Okay, so let's go to notification. So I'm on standard. Let's wind the windows down so you can hear what it sounds like now. And on the other side as well. Okay, let's play the vehicle noise. Okay, so that is a lot softer. I'm not sure whether you can hear that through the mic. It almost sounds like the Model 3, Model Y low pedestrian sound. It's like almost like a hairdryer, or one of those hand dryers at a public toilet that goes off when you dry your hands. Listen to this. There's also like a really faint chime, right? So yeah, this is much quieter than what it was before, so much better. Even the brand one sounds quieter too, so listen to this. I'll flick it to brand. Okay, so that's a little bit louder, probably a bit more intrusive, but even then it's still softer than what it was. So to the point where I'm actually happy to have this on all the time now, because I think it is a good idea to have low pedestrian warning sound if it's not too annoying. And I think BYD have done a good job to fix this. So I will leave that on for now, because that button, when you push it, it turns it off. So I've got it on for now. So good improvement, that one. Optimization of air conditioning function. So let's have a look at this. I was there briefly. So what have they done? Let's turn it on. Just when the window's up. How much have they changed it? This looks all pretty similar. That looks pretty similar. What settings? That's all pretty similar. Yep, you can adjust that. That's pretty similar as well. Let's go to, yeah, driver, front passenger, dual. That's the same. Same with the fan settings. That looks pretty similar. Seat ventilation, seat heating. Same with the demisters and so on. Air purification looks the same. AC settings, this all looks pretty similar. So I will go for a drive tomorrow and see whether anything has changed. That looks pretty similar to me. So I can't detect anything too major at this stage. Or at least not to my eyes anyway. Okay, next one is optimization of child presence detection function. Okay, for that, let's go to vehicle settings. Let's go to ADAS. And let's go to driving assist. Child presence detection. So that's pretty similar there. So there must be a tweak there for that function. I haven't tested it yet, but I may try that with a sack of rice one day to see how good it is. Optimization of audible warning sound. Okay, let's test that during the drive. Optimization of the dashboard display. Range will display dash dash when the state of charge is lower than 5%. Okay, so that is talking about the estimated range here. So that will probably show dash dash when that state of charge is below 5%, because you can't be too accurate when that's too low. By the way, that is the current efficiency, because I've been driving up and down hills today, and also I've been sitting in the car looking at the software update features as well. So normally it does sit around 15 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, as I've shown in a previous range test video. So we'll keep an eye on that one later on. Okay, so the last thing I want to check is the reservation charging, or the scheduled charging. It says optimization of the charging reservation function. When the charging reservation ends, the charging process will not be started again when waking up. I'm not quite sure what that means, but I think it's when the car's woken up again after the end time is set, it won't start charging again, I think. So let's have a look at this. So let's go to new energy and let's go to charge settings, and let's go to smart charging and have a look at reservation charging. Let's turn it on. You can customize this. I'm not sure whether this was here before, charge to 100%, but you can certainly turn that off and have a start and end time, or you can charge to 100% at a certain time. So you can customize that for yourself, and also you can set which days of the week you want to do this as well. So I don't actually have reservation charging on because I use it through my charger, which is the Tesla Gen 3 wall connector, and I have a set start and end time through the Tesla app in this way, or you can do it through the car as well. So it's totally up to you which way you want to go. All right, well, that's pretty much all there is to this update, which is pretty good. Hopefully I've unpacked the main points. Of course, if you've spotted anything else that I missed in this walkthrough, let me know in the comments section. Otherwise, we'll go for a drive very soon. Also, one more thing I didn't show in my previous walkthrough for the infotainment screen is that you can actually, by holding on to these 3 discs, you can shove whatever you like up here. So say we want DAB radio up here, you can shove it there, and then DAB radio will come up instead. Or if you like karaoke, for example, you can replace that with karaoke. Or of course, Amazon Music is there as well as Spotify, phone, navigation. I don't have Spotify here because I run that through my Apple CarPlay to use data from my cell carrier rather than through the car. All right, before we go for a drive, let me show you karaoke real quick. So I will try to get a mic so we can have a bit of fun with this later on perhaps. But for example, let's have a look at Dynamite by BTS. Let's sing now, or you can add to the queue. Let's add to queue as well. So the passenger, let's see, what does this say? Scan QR code to get lyrics and song queue on your phone. That's pretty cool. Then you can start playing Dynamite like this. I won't play too much so I don't get a copyright infringement. But you can have this up like that. There you go. That's pretty funky. And that is the cue right there. So there you go. Giving myself away. I've got Dynamite twice here. And it says for the BYD karaoke system, insert the receiver into the USB data interface there. So yeah, I'll try to get a mic for you, which will be a bit of fun. Okay, so that's the Karaoke app, and that is the walkthrough for the software update. Let's go for a drive right now. All right, let's head off on our drive. Nice and early this morning. It's only 6:30 a.m. Let's turn the car on. All right, so odometer says 2,000 kilometers, so we can start using performance mode or sport mode, which I'm very happy about. Now, normally before the update, I would have gone to the ADAS settings and turned everything off because it was such an annoying feature. It would beep all the time. But in this situation, for this test today, I'm going to leave emergency lane keeping assist on to see whether it's improved, and same with traffic sign recognition as well. I'm going to leave intelligent speed limit information on, which is what I normally turn off straight away, but we'll see how responsive it is today. And normally I do use Apple CarPlay and Waze as well, because it is a great tool for reporting hazards and so on. But today I'm going to actually use the native navigation tool just to see whether there's any improvements at all for the native navigation tool or app. So let's head off on our journey. Okay, let's zip out. Again, just the default ADAS settings, no change. And we'll try to do an end-to-end drive today. Just on a mix of suburban and highway roads as well. Just to get a taste of what it's like to drive with a new 2401 or 2401 update. Okay, a little bit of a slip there because the roads are a bit wet. Rear wheel drive, of course, not too bad. A little bit of a beep there, much softer, I must say. This car does have front traffic, cross traffic alert, and rear as well, of course. So that could have been that. Doing the beeping. All right, let's pop on the ICC or Intelligent Cruise Control, just to see whether there's been any improvements at all. Okay. And it's a lot softer, the warning for the traffic speed sign alert. Let's roll up to 80. Okay, so the lane keeping is still problematic, particularly curving to the left. It still wants me to go out to the right. That's just lane centering, not so much lane keeping. Going to the right is not too bad, but even then, I'm still hitting the cat's eyes on the left side of the road. So I don't think ICC has changed too much, particularly in regards to lane centering. Yeah, it's still bouncing a little bit around the place, so I don't think that's changed too much.
Congestion zone ahead.
Okay, so the guidance is still quite loud. You can actually just change it. So I might dip that down a bit, like that. So obviously the light should improve as we drive on. So there's still beeps and boops for going over the speed limit, but much softer. What happens if we turn the guidance up? Does the volume change at all with regards to speed? So certainly with the ADAS settings, at least for lane centering and ICC, it's definitely still just an aid rather than self-driving. It's definitely not self-driving, it's far from it. What's nice though is with the lane, or the car following, the leading car following, it does come to a nice stop at a traffic light. So it's good for traffic jams and such as well. Okay, look, it pushes on as well. I didn't push the throttle or accelerator at that stage. So, fairly responsive. Speeds up as the leading car pushes on. And you can also adjust, of course, how close you want to follow the vehicle. So we are at number 1, so as close as we can. Again, the lane centering is just not great, unfortunately. Keeps wanting to rumble over the cat's eyes. Might just turn it off for 1 second so I can get into the best lane, which is this one. Now, being on sport steering, the steering is a bit stiffer, which is fine, good for city driving. A bit more responsive too, which is, I think, favourable for city conditions. See in the morning, lots of tradie vans and utes around. Understandable, they get up early to work hard. Bit of mist around and fog. I think with daylight saving ending, light is definitely not so good in the morning either. The sun is certainly getting up later during the morning. Yep, the Seal is definitely a comfortable ride. It's a pretty rough road sometimes around in Sydney, but I think it does its best to smooth them out as you're driving. Because it's a heavier car as well. A lot more insulation in the cabin, both from road noise and suspension as well. Let's test to see whether... Yeah, I was going to test whether the speed limit alert was loud, given I pumped the guidance volume up. I'm sure it'll come up shortly. So a bit of night driving for you, I guess, a bit of a taste. And then towards the end of the drive you'll see more daytime driving as the sun makes its way up into the sky. So this is where the lane centering and cruise control is good for traffic jams. Just follows the car ahead. Could follow closer, I've got to say. Let me go a bit closer. Okay, while I sit in this jam, I'll get back to you once we start moving again. Okay, light is green, so we are good to go. I might be speaking too soon, but I have not had one emergency lane assist yet. That used to really annoy me. The car used to try and veer me into the oncoming traffic, which is really scary. That's why I turn it off all the time. That has not happened yet, so hopefully they fix that really annoying bug. The traffic light, traffic speed sign alerts I can deal with, particularly now it's softer. But that other one was just downright dangerous. But I think, hopefully, fingers crossed, that's all fixed.
You are over the speed limit.
Wow, okay, that's really loud. That may be coming from the nav though, rather than the car. It's ADAS. That's why I don't have this on. Can you turn that kind of stuff off? Let's have a look. Alert preferences. Road safety alerts. Traffic camera alerts. toll gate alerts, traffic event alerts. Yeah, you can probably turn all that stuff off. Yeah, so this is why I use Waze, because I just don't like the nav. If you want charging stations, it's not a bad thing. It's got all the nearby chargers, which is good. Doesn't get integrated into the trip planning though. Not that I've seen anyway. I don't think that's improved. Let's have a look. Let's go back. Let's go.
Watch out. Fog reported ahead.
Yeah, I think that's coming from Waze actually. It's pretty funny. Let's type in Melbourne. So Melbourne, Victoria. I think it's still showing just a normal trip planning. In fact, it's asking me to go via Princess Highway.
Guidance will start now.
Yeah. So another reason why I don't use the native nav, because there's just no benefit, unfortunately. Alright, I think I've had enough of the native navigation. You've seen what it's like. Turn the guidance down, and I'm going to use Waze. You'll see how much better it is. There is a bit of fog, isn't there? Still there. And like I said, guys, if you've seen anything that I've missed in the update, let me know in the comments section, because I'm sure there's stuff that I've missed. Speaking of mist, definitely foggy down here. It really is a nice smooth drive in this car, I've got to say. Alright, stick with me because we have got a bit of freeway driving coming up on the M2. That can be quite a bumpy ride as well on the freeway, because they've repaired that road over the years. So you'll see what it's like driving on a bumpy freeway. It can get quite noisy. It was anyway in the previous cars that I've owned, in the Tesla Model 3, Model Y. In fact, the Model Y is still quite bumpy and noisy on that road. Okay, so now I'm driving a bit over the speed limit. And luckily hasn't beeped yet. Yeah, see, no beep. So I don't know, it beeps only every now and then, whereas it used to beep all the time if you went like even 1 or 2 kilometers an hour over the speed limit. So they've done something to fix that, which I am very thankful for, to the point where I won't turn ADAS or ADAS off anymore with every drive. So they'll save me about 10 seconds every morning. Well, every time I start the car, for that matter. So that is much better, much less intrusive, which is good. Shouldn't need to fiddle with the hardware anymore, for those of you who did in the past. I think the software has been fixed. And I'm not getting pulled away from the lanes by the car. Just being allowed to drive the way I want to drive, which is good. They've definitely fixed that. Much better. Thank you, BYD, for listening to us owners. Much appreciated. Okay, so a bit of freeway driving coming right up, ladies and gentlemen. Shouldn't be too much longer. You can have a bit of a comparison between urban driving and freeway driving. All right. right here, and then I'll come back to you once there's a green light. Okay, we are green and good to go. So you'll see what I mean with the repaired road very shortly. It's a bit bumpy. Bit of beeping there, right? But very soft. Hasn't picked up the latest speed sign yet, which is that one, 100, so it should stop beeping soon. There we go. Acceleration, lovely. Okay, there we go. Using ICC. You hear a bit of bumpiness, right, coming through the cabin. Not too much, but it's definitely there. Still hear that faint beeping. Very faint. Pop back in this lane. Yeah, just for fun, I'm going to put the guidance volume up just to see whether that beeping gets any louder. So I'm going to slow down like that and then go over again just to see. No, nothing. Fantastic. Love it. Thank you, BYD. That's very good. Had it up really high and it was the same volume. So that's great. Very happy with that. Right, let's put that back on. Cruise control. And lane centering as well. Lovely. Wow, very foggy this morning, isn't it? But makes for quite a good video. Lights coming through. There are auto lights as well, of course. You can put fog lights on too. I don't think it's that foggy. It should be okay. I like the fact that you can now turn the daytime running lights off too. That's fantastic.
Fog reported ahead.
Yeah, definitely. So as I said earlier, if you are sitting in the car waiting for someone, you turn the daytime running lights off, which is good. Or, as I said before, if you're camping somewhere, if you want to use the car for V2L, you can, turn the daytime running lights off and sit in the car, I guess, or use it for power. Yeah, see, the lane centering is not great. It's sort of bumping between the cat's eyes there. I feel like I'm doing bumper bowling between the lane markers. Not that good. That's why you got to hold the wheel, everyone. Okay, so there are some sections where it's not bumpy like this. There's no repaired road. But like this, some of the noise is coming through, isn't it? Oh, let's hold the wheel then. Through the tunnel. A few cyclists today. Okay, so this bit of road's okay. This is quite nice. Alright everyone, well I think you get the idea. You see me walk through the new features and then gone for a bit of a drive this morning. Firstly on urban and then just now on the highway. So not too much improvements with, better slow down for the bus. Not too many improvements with, excuse me, with the ICC or cruise control. That still needs a bit of work, but importantly, the ADAS has improved enormously, tremendously. Okay, I will stay in this lane because the bus wants to cut out as I accelerate past it. But yes, the ADAS has improved a lot. That's been one of the bugbears of this car over the last 2.5 months, almost 3 months of ownership that I've had this vehicle, for having to swipe down to turn off every day, every time you drive. Not a huge imposition, but still, it does take time out to do that. Now, again, to the point where I won't be turning it off. I'll be turning low speed pedestrian sound on as well, because it's tolerable and I think important from a safety point of view as well. So happy, yeah, very happy with the update. Big update, lots to unpack, and thank you BYD for listening to us consumers, for the feedback that we've given, much appreciated. And hopefully we'll see more improvements with the next few updates as well as time comes. So thanks everyone for watching. This has been update 2401 in the BYD Seal Premium here in Australia. Until the next Ludicrous feed video, happy charging everyone.